that break community guidelines?
If we pray?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Stacker News Live. My name is Carr with my BFF, Gianna.
Wow, yes. Finally, I get the title.
How's your Friday going?
My Friday is going pretty slowly, I would say. Just
Why
kind
is
of
that?
dragging on.
Why? Why do you
You
say
know,
that?
it's just another day.
Another day.
How about
Do they
you?
do they all run into each other for you?
Yeah, they kind of do. So that's why I'm looking forward to next week when we have
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Are you happy to see your family and all that stuff?
Yeah, I get to
Yeah.
meet a new baby niece.
Woo, doggy. Yeah.
So I'm excited.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. We're gonna go to Mexico,
Okay.
so it should be good.
You're going to be gone for the week?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, no, probably Wednesday. Wednesday
Yeah.
on, yeah.
Okay, yes.
But yeah, we're here. If you've never seen this crazy show before, it's called Stacker News Live. Apparently, it's the most popular podcast in history, and it's growing.
Oops, I accidentally did a bad hand sign. I did not mean to do that. I'm so sorry.
And what'd you do? I didn't see it.
I accidentally just did the middle finger. That's just part of me.
Well, that's the thing. What was I going to say? But yeah, if you never seen the show before, we cover Stacker.news, the front page of Bitcoin. Go there. There's free stats if you post and comment appropriately to the stackers.
Well, not free. You got to put the work in.
You got to put the okay. So we're here to talk about your work today. You had the number. We're starting stackers. If you're listening from last week, yes, we're going backwards now. Apparently, Keon is really into Tenant, and he wants to go reverse now. So we're going reverse.
Like David Tennant?
No, like the movie Tenant.
Oh.
He's all about reverse.
Oh.
Forward. Reverse. I don't know. He wants to go back. Anyways, so number 5 this week was My Secret Prayer of Thanks for Ambition. This was by PlebPoet, everyone's favorite stacker. 30 comments, 103,000 sats.
What's up with that?
Generational changing money there.
What is up with that?
Alternative territory, November 19th. PlebPoet, thank you for making the trek down here, downtown.
Hey, yeah.
But
no
what's
problem.
this about?
Well, this is about a little prayer or mantra or affirmation that I gave myself and that I use in times of inner turmoil, you may say.
Yeah.
And I was just writing about it and what it means, and yep, that's basically it. I'm really excited and thankful and humbled that people read the stuff that I'm writing, because most of the time I'm just kind of like dumping my feelings out, kind of just
you're very vulnerable,
getting it out there. Yeah, my
Stacker News.
My brand is like earnestness, I think.
Mm-hmm. I respect it. I mean,
thanks.
it's tough, but I find you very inspiring whenever you share stuff like this, because it's very like you say in this part right here that I love. It says, "Now I believe this someone else is God, the creator. I think giving God acknowledgement is the first reason why this secret is useful. I acknowledge that there is more than me at work." Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. I guess that's just like, it's helpful for me to kind of like identify and like acknowledge that God exists, because if God didn't exist, I kind of wouldn't know what to do with my own existence.
Right. You say the second part is not always true, but saying it engages it, puts it in a different part of my mind outside the wrestling match. To be brave is to acknowledge the route is tricky and difficult, and this I know and must accept. To repeat this prayer is to take my request for strength and state it as if I already possess it. What did you mean by that?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's good to take your time. We are.
That's fine. No, that's good. It's good.
Because you're thanking him for giving you ambition.
Yep.
And making you brave enough to actually believe it. I think that was the first part of it that I didn't read, but
yeah, like this is so weird. When I'm saying this to myself is when I'm like kind of feeling uncertain of my personal like path to fulfillment and creative fulfillment. What? Not success, but fulfillment. That's a very important distinction that I will argue with Keon about. Um, and okay, so I'm saying this to myself in like those moments, and basically, I mean, like you kind of think like that's how prayer works. Like you're kind of praying for something that you don't have, but just like the act of putting it into your request gives it to you.
I think, yeah, I think you're right. 100%. I think acknowledging there's a higher power is definitely good for your soul for sure. And then the second part, yeah, 100%. I think lately what I've been doing is acknowledging more thankfulness and just being more cognizant of like asking for just clarity and discernment and like these types of words, um, prudence, right? Like these types of words that are like biblical, but and asking for the knowledge and the patience to see them through. I think that's what I ask for more than anything else these days, because with knowledge and some of these other actionable, nouns or whatever they're called, adjectives, whatever, you can find a lot of these other things
Yeah.
that come along with it. It's like a baseline if you ask for those things first. At least that's what I've been taught. But
Yeah,
I,
thankfulness is good to kind of like put before any other request too.
yeah, and then also praying for others. I think I do that all the time, every morning. So I think this is good. I think what I really loved about this was that you went out there and talked about it, because I don't think
Yeah.
people really talk about this in the Bitcoin space. I mean, there's a lot of Christian Bitcoiners, but I don't see too many people actually pouring their heart out and like talking about prayer and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I think you actually like definitely have inspired me to maybe do more of this on my own blog and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool to read about
Yeah,
from
the
you.
the top comment was from No Count. He said, "I have a similar mantra: be impatient with action and patient with results. To me, it means that life does not just have to happen to you. You can shape your life just by taking relentless action." What do you think about that?
Um
It's what, Keon?
Keon says it's I would interpret it as too phallic, and that is a fair I guess based on something that deeper down in the comments, an argument that me and Keon are having on this.
Yeah, where is it at?
But no, I think null account saying, I mean, I appreciate him like, or this account adding their own mantra and kind of like taking what it means and putting it on their own life. That's what I hope people would do whenever they read something like this from me. Not that I'm like trying necessarily to talk about myself, but really just trying to like engage the conversation of like the stuff that's kind of maybe beneath the surface that we don't talk about very much. But yeah, so like this is what Keon
What did he say?
says.
Say it, Jenna. What did he say?
No, it's not even but that was my initial reaction and I think it was wrong. Was to say like, oh, like a man sees these things I'm talking about and interprets them as like progress and success and results. And that's kind of I'm addressing this a little bit in my post being like what I'm worrying about is action. Am I doing enough? And to put just to like reframe what peace means to me is if I make progress, if I get to success, that's not actually calming to me in those
It's more
moments.
stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And so this whole post was about like how do I like get back to a state of like where I'm not anxious about it anymore and it's
What
through this
what
like
did
prayer.
you what did you come to as far as you think it's prayer? That's the thing that calms you the most.
Well, yeah, and just like the posture of this prayer is that like I'm okay with what happens today and letting that build tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, that is progress though. So, yeah, I think my initial reaction to Keon was like a little unfair, but I also just felt like Keon was nitpicking my point of view.
Yeah, really? Does he nitpick?
Well, then I did the same thing
I
back.
love what he said here. This is good. I know what you wrote last summer. That was funny. I got that joke. That was a funny joke. Wait, what did so you
I think
deleted?
me and Keon need to have an argument
So
right now.
yeah, for free. So you deleted it though.
Yeah, that honestly was an
Oh, wow.
accident.
Did you get offended by that deleted? Okay, you weren't offended.
Yeah, I was,
Hey, man.
and I admit
That's
that.
one thing I respect about Jenna is that she just tells it like it is. Like it's because you have brothers too, right? Like I think that's why my sister's like
That's
that too. She just doesn't care. She just will say what it is.
yeah. I'll say it, and then I'll change my mind tomorrow, probably.
Yeah,
And I changed my mind within this thread. Is that what you're saying?
it's funny.
Damn.
um, but no, this is a fantastic post. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you think it was worth 103,000 cents, or do you think God was just blessing you?
Um.
I think
Well,
God is zapping
I
you.
I have. I mean,
He might have a lightning wallet.
the
He might have a
sats
non-custodial wallet.
because I opened up the line of communication to God through prayer. He was able to bless me with letting the sats flow.
It's true. I've seen it.
Um, that's an I don't know. That is an interesting question. But I mean, like,
It's one of the
if you,
highest. It's one of the highest zapped posts that I know that you've probably ever had, and then it's probably one
yeah,
of the most zapped posts of all time. And then on top of that, it's like a
yeah,
really bullish week this week,
yes,
which is crazy that you could amass 103,000 cents.
yes, it is. It
What do you
is
think?
interesting. It is something to be
What do
looked at.
that it amassed 103,000 cents?
Yep. Cam thought he got hacked again. um. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, sorry. That's just the. It's not a hack. It's never been hacked. Never been hacked.
That's funny. So you don't have no comment on
Wait.
if it's worth 103,000 cents.
Um. I will say this.
Yeah.
Go to my profile.
Oh.
See the kind of like way that I've been like
Oh.
building this sort of like maybe
Yeah.
point of view and this like body of work.
That's
And
true. I wish we had more colorful stuff here that we could do on your profile.
I'm
Only if somebody would give us some like sort of.
I'm saying like there's not really another pleb poet, you know what I'm saying?
You're kind of original, dude.
And
You're
I'm
kind
just
of.
trying to stay in my lane.
You're kind of. No, don't stay in your lane. Swerve. No, you're definitely original. I'll give you that. And so yeah, now you just got to stay humble. That's it.
Exactly. I'm very thankful. Thank you everyone
That's
for
crazy.
reading and
Look at
commenting
that.
and zapping. That was really nice. Did
Just
not
from just
expect
from
it.
poetry. Look at that.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the show. That was the number 5 story of the week, Snackers. We're gonna get Keon back on so we can talk about number 4 story, which is her husband's doc.
Oh, should we call Pleb Dev to
We
the
might as
stand?
well. We might as well. Pleb Dev's platform launch announcement. It was November 17th, Dev's territory. Bitcoin Pleb Dev. 7 comments, 18,000 cents. Yeah, he launched Pleb Devs last week. Did you see it?
It's the top 4 story. I did see it. I was here for the launch party, which coincided with
Whoa, electric.
the Paul Tyson fight. And I think in that fight, Pleb Devs won.
Yeah, Austin, do you want to talk about how your party went and yeah, all that kind of stuff?
Ooh, shocked me. What's up? Hello, Stackers. It went well. Yeah. We got decent recording. It was it was actually a pretty crazy launch day.
Yeah,
I had to upload a lot of the content. I had to like migrate a database. I had to move my domains. It was a little bit scary.
yeah,
And it wasn't until like the party was at 7, the launch was at 7, and at like 5:30, it was like, okay, everything's live and it mostly works.
yeah,
So let's go. And we just threw up the stream. And so I'm glad I got this presentation down. I mean, it's not much and
yeah,
it's kind of short, but it shows kind of the purpose behind Pleb Devs, which a lot of it is me just trying to replace my basically my content creator stack of tools with something that's more aligned with, well, Pleb Devs, which is on Lightning, on Bitcoin, on Nostr. And so, yeah, this is kind of what the platform looks like. And yeah, I've gotten some good feedback. I've fixed some bugs. I've made some improvements. I've got some stuff coming up soon. I mean, Gosh, yeah, I don't know what to
Did
say.
you see that you got commented by the king himself, NBK? Did you see that?
No.
You got recognized on his podcast.
Oh, the Bitcoin review.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was
Shout out to
cool.
Paul for
Yeah.
bringing me up.
So high marks. But how is it a week from like it's been out for a week now at this point? How's everything going?
It's going good. Like, yeah, I've been getting about, I streamed yesterday and I shared some of like the analytics, but I've been getting about 200 visits a day. I mean, something like
Wow,
that.
really? Whoa, dude, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's still small time
Are
and
they still doing anon things or is it just more like
yeah,
real?
there's a lot of anon users, so it's kind of hard. I'm
Mhm.
realizing it's hard to count my users because I have like, something
It's
like
kind of
80
like
users in the database, but like a lot of them are anon.
you gotta pick one or the other. But I think you did the
Mhm.
right choice.
Yeah, but I've made some UI tweaks and updates, probably things you wouldn't notice, but just a little bit cleaner, some performance stuff. And
Nice.
right now I'm working to release a new free course. It'll come out
That's
next
a lot
week.
of courses.
The
Look at
first free
that.
course.
Stackers. If you want to start working on Bitcoin, check out Austin's thing.
But yeah, so it's fun. I mean, give it a try, give me feedback. Like this is definitely just the beginning for me. This is just the start. There's a lot more work to do, but I feel like this is a pretty strong foundation to keep building on. So
Absolutely. Did you fix the feed stuff and all that stuff right now?
yeah,
So it's all working now?
yeah, yeah. It's still just read only for most of the feeds except for Noster. But yeah,
Awesome. So where do they go to check it out?
plebdevs.com.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you. What was the top comment real quick? Hang on. What pay
Oh
courses
yeah,
with
this
cheat
is a
code
good.
gives- Wait, what happened? What was that?
What
was
pay
that?
courses when chain code gives them for free?
Yeah, but chain code is
Not
like
gonna
funded
fly.
by like rich Bitcoiners.
I
so
know.
that's what you get. Who's a dick?
I mean,
Swap market. Oh, swap
it's
market
okay, but
specific.
no, it's good because like I've been giving myself this before even any of this was solidified. I was criticizing myself, saying, "What are you gonna sell your code? You're gonna go and sell like." I don't want to be a salesman. I don't want to rip anyone off, but it's kind of like I put here, like if pleb wants to last and keep going, keep growing, keep improving in the long term, it has to be sustainable. So I have to make a
Yeah.
pitch that you will purchase, right? But
Yeah.
I have to convince you it has to be valuable for you. So there's a give and take, and it's like
Yeah.
if the price is too high, no one will buy.
Don't
If the
buy it.
content
Yeah.
is not good enough, no one will buy. I'll take that feedback and I'll have to
Yeah,
get
you have to
better, right?
adjust. You have to adjust the thing. I mean, that's just normal free markets. I think everybody has just gotten used to the centralized planning in Bitcoin, and it's just enough, dude. It's like, no, we have to like start. You have to start building things that like will last, and that's what you're trying to build here. So, yeah, get with it, swap market. Cool.
Yeah.
Wild Hustle says, look forward to digging into this one. You got the hustle on your side.
Yep.
That's all you need.
Yeah, he's out there building.
Cool. Well, dang, that's awesome. 5, 4. Can you believe that?
5, 4. Wait, what?
You guys were 5, 4.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
You didn't get 100,000 sats though.
PlebPoet's killing it. Yeah. I mean, I'm not even.
What do you think? I've never asked you this question, but what do
Yeah.
you think about her poetry?
I like it. I mean, it's not all poetry. A lot of it's just good writing.
Yeah. Do you
So-
read it beforehand? Do you get a sneak peek of it?
Well, she asks me to read it sometimes. Sometimes I read it and I don't even tell her that I read it or say anything about it.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes I just like I read this one,
Nice.
her prayer one. I don't think we've talked about it, but
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's sweet.
Nice. Cool. Well, Stackers, if you want to check it out, check out plebdevs.com and hit up Austin. He's Bitcoin Pleb Dev everywhere on all the
Sweet.
socials. Yeah. Thanks,
Let's go.
Austin, for coming on the show. I think that's all we got for 5 and 4. We're gonna jump into number 3, Stackers. We're getting close. We're getting close to number 1. What will be number 1 this week? I don't know. But Keon has us going in reverse, so we'll find out, Stackers.
Well, I mean,
number 3.
you're kind of destroying the experiment.
Hey man, this is my second time
I
doing
know.
it. It's gonna take about
I'm just giving you crap about you giving me crap.
all
Don't worry
right. So
about it.
number 3 this week is start your career in Bitcoin open source software. Boss in 2025. This is from A. Jonas, Bitcoin Territory, November 18th, 25 comments, 15,000 cents. Keon? What's this?
Yeah, this is so I think this is the second term of or the second whatever grouping cohort of Chaincode's new courses. They used to do these seminars that were more like kind of classes, more like a university class where they teach you a bunch of stuff and have discussions. But in this case, they're kind of giving you a more hands-on thing. It's more like a boot camp directly into protocol
Nice.
development in Bitcoin.
Nice.
So they're going to have you in this boot camp. They're going to work with you to get you toward contributing to open source Bitcoin projects. And I think it's 3 months, or no, they have a 1 month, and then they have something else.
I remember last year there was somebody I knew that did it. They said there was like 200 people or something like that.
Wow.
It's a ridiculous amount of people.
That's a lot. When I did it in 2020, it was like, oh, I feel like
they've definitely scaled up. I don't
50,
remember it
60.
being this ambitious, which is cool. I think it's great.
Yeah. And I wanted to say when Swap Market said that about Chain Code giving away their courses for free, they're funded by some like there's some like seriously rich like day traders who were into Bitcoin very early.
So they're good.
Yeah, it's a bit different.
It's way different.
Austin's eating a Chipotle quesadilla.
trying to make a living to support his wife.
You'll watch a video and he can buy a drink maybe with his quesadilla.
Yeah, I mean, two different things. And this is protocol development. This is like really serious development. And I think Austin's more like app development. Actual like go out and start business development type of stuff. So
both valuable but both very distinct and different. And I think you should really do both.
I think that's probably where it gets lost in the sauce for people that see it from the outside. Because I didn't even know that as a pleb starting out.
Oh,
that there was like a difference between. I thought protocol development was also app development in Bitcoin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That makes sense that it's not entirely clear. But yeah, app is more like where the user is, and protocol is like what's under.
I like
way deep.
I like the boss name. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That's number 3, and we're gonna jump into the number 2. The number 2. Can you believe that the number 2 top story of the week? I don't know. We're gonna find out what it is. Oh, actually, I screwed the. Hang on. Number 2, Nostr Relays. Yeah, you didn't see it. For the listeners. Nostr Relays, what gives? This is from Fiat Revelation, November 20th, Nostr territory, 22 comments, 15,000 sats. Man, it's a lot of sats. Keon, what's this?
Yeah. So Fiat Revelations is, they're into Nostr, and they just have, I think they're kind of confused, I think, by some of the marketing, because they feel like if it's marketed as if it were as decentralized and censorship resistant as Bitcoin is, and then they feel like there's like a bit of an affinity sales pitch going on that they feel like doesn't square up with their experience and other stuff.
Pitch? What do you mean?
Like
an affinity scam?
Not an affinity scam, because no one's really scamming, but there is the part of the marketing and sales pitch is that there's a lot of equating Nostr to Bitcoin, and so that's what they feel like. In their experience of it, or at least their understanding of Nostr, it doesn't line up perfectly.
Well, that's just because of Jack Dorsey. That's the only reason why it's getting like
inflated. I think there's lots of and it's natural because a lot of Bitcoiners are building with it. I mean, Austin built his platform with it. Many of the apps in Bitcoin now are all Nostr apps, so it makes a lot of sense. So he's just kind of grappling with those feelings and just kind of writing them out and asking some stackers some questions about, what's the business model for a relay? How's my privacy going to be on a relay? How censorship resistant is it actually? And
we've seen these posts before. There's a really famous one.
The
top comment was Aljaz says the Twitter replacement narrative for Nostr is more harmful than anything else. Replacement implies that people can anticipate roughly the same. What did it say? Roughly the same. How did I lose my spot? I'm sorry. Roughly similar. That's why I lost it. Roughly similar functionality and UX. Nostr is not a product. It's very simple and occasionally dumb protocol. What do you think? Do you think it's dumb?
Yeah, well, I think if I'm not mistaken, Aljaz works on PubKey with synonym protocol, so he's very familiar with the protocol and how to position a protocol. Having working on one that I think is similar or um, complementary to Nostr. But yeah, I'd say that might be misleading to people to expect a Twitter-like experience, but I don't think that's not really not what Fiat Revelations is saying here. They're talking more so about censorship resistance and like privacy and like data permanence. Like, will their notes still exist into the future? Things that we get with Bitcoin that really aren't as well guaranteed on Nostr is kind of what he is saying.
Yeah, we had Darth Courtney says, in my humble opinion, too many people jump into the ship thinking that Nostr is a replacement of Twatter. It is not. It is more than Twatter because an open protocol, but also could be a trap for those who seek a replacement for Twatter. What's Twatter?
Oh, you know what Twatter?
He means Twitter? Okay, he means Twitter.
Yeah. If it's not Twitter, it's
Yeah.
it's a
What do you think
site.
about what Darth Courtney's saying?
I think I think for Bitcoiners it could serve
Totally a replacement for Twitter.
Yeah, I think it pretty much has.
Dude, honestly, like I was telling you earlier, like I was playing with the new Primal. Primal's really good now on iOS.
Yeah, I mean, we could tell them a little bit about the release, but they shipped a new premium feature.
It looks really good on the
I think it's priced better than X's Twitter feature. They have an algorithm marketplace, so you can use you can select your feed algorithm.
I think the only thing I don't like on here is that it won't let you change what home feed you see first. So I see all the influencers instead of just like seeing the people that I'm following. Well, you can choose like latest with replies, latest or trending 24 hours.
No, there's another tab where you can select.
Yeah.
You can connect to another relay who has their own idea.
That's my only gripe is I want to be able just to follow the people.
No, there's as many as there are people providing an algorithm. Yeah, which is potentially unlimited, infinite.
But yeah, it's really good. I even set up the wallet now too, and so this wallet works pretty seamless too as well.
That's what I hear. MBK said it's the best wallet. It's custodial, right?
Not the best wallet, but it's pretty damn good for. I think this is probably what Twitter should have been when Jack was running it. It should have been like this. That's what I would say. The only problem is that just never manifested. Like, this is great. I think this is perfect. I think the only thing that I think I would love to change is being able to select the home feeds. Like, I don't want to start looking at influencer stuff. I want to like see what people are following. Yeah. But that's my only gripe. Other than that, it's great. I don't know.
Yeah.
Where do you think Nostr is in its current state right now, Keon?
I mean, I don't know. I can
just your vibe on it.
My vibe is
heat check on it.
My vibe is it's early.
That's early.
That's what I replied in here. Fiat Revelations and I have quite a bit of back and forth, and my general vibe is it's early. It should improve because there's a bunch of money on it improving, and there are a bunch of developers working on it. And it's just a matter of people thinking clearly about how the money is deployed, and developers thinking clearly about what people need and what they want. And yeah, and so I think it should get better. I mean, it's a very basic, bare bones protocol, and most of the way people imagine Nostr's future is that it will emerge into what they want it to be, but sometimes things don't emerge into what you want it to be. Relying on something emerging the right way is not guaranteed, but a lot of the ingredients are here. A lot of good people are thinking and working on it. And so
we're seeing a lot of new talent come in. So I think once we get some new fresh eyes on it, they'll make the next big thing. Yeah. Cool. Let's jump into the number one top story of the week. High risk, low reward. It's from Tony Giorgio, Bitcoin Territory, 7 hours ago, 11 comments, 20,000 sats. Keon, Tony's back.
Tony is back. Well, so not to Bitcoin exactly, but he made a post on
He's
Stacker
back on
News.
Stacker News.
I had the privilege
You
of
got him.
talking to Tony before, like just before this podcast started, actually, a little bit about this post and got the skinny on it. But for people that don't know, Tony was CEO of Mutiny, and they built a non-custodial wallet that ran in the browser with other, technical wizards. Ben the Carmen, who's now working on Opcat stuff, and Paul, who continues to work with Tony. But they were going after that goal of creating a great non-custodial wallet, and I think they, at some point they came to the realization that people don't, they were solving a problem really well that people didn't want solved, and that's kind of the realization that they unfortunately came to, and burnout ensued. People don't really. Tony mentions in here, people don't really want to spend their Bitcoin. And B, people don't really want to take responsibility for their funds. They'd rather use a KYC custodial wallet. And that's kind of sad for someone who holds Bitcoin's value, but he goes through his whole journey with Bitcoin, starting very early at Bitcoin companies, working on some of these early custodial wallets, and then sharing Bitcoiners' values, and then burning out with building Mutiny, burning out from the way he feels like devs and people who give a lot to Bitcoin and don't get a proportional reward feel. He mentioned it in here. He's like, Bitcoin was designed. I don't really agree with this, but it's a pretty interesting thought that Bitcoin was designed in such a way that people are going to like lay themselves in front of the bus, basically, and Bitcoin's going to chew them up and spit them out, and it's not going to. They're not going to benefit from their sacrifice for Bitcoin, but everyone else in Bitcoin will. And he just, kind of wasn't into that. Didn't enjoy that feeling. Then he also felt like his skill set was narrowing, and it was getting very specifically focused on Bitcoin. And he felt like, again, the Bitcoin doesn't treat developers and people working on these hard problems properly. And so he decided that it would be potentially probably more rewarding, more fulfilling, and to go and work in another area, maintaining his value. So he's working on Open Secret, which I think we covered last week or the week before, but they're basically making it easy for you to create privacy-focused applications with a UX that they learned is, kind of optimal. Which they learned through their work on Mutiny, which was trying to do similar things. But I don't know. It's a really, like we were talking about vulnerability and seeing vulnerability in Bitcoin and Bitcoin content, which Bitcoin can be very bravado forward. But this was cool to see Tony kind of lay it out.
The top comment from Noel County said, "This is what happens when you try to profit off a peer-to-peer system that kills middlemen. Most sustainable Bitcoin businesses are either a fiat state tentacle, exchanges, all this stuff, or are able to exploit a flawed deficiency in the protocol. Every profit extracting vehicle that leeches on Bitcoin, overcomplicated, less Bitcoin businesses, more businesses using Bitcoin."
Noel Count tends to be pretty pessimistic in general.
I think you need those types.
I'm not saying he shouldn't exist. I'm just saying, to put in context of Noel Count tends to be kind of pessimistic.
Kind of need that kind of flavor in there. Yeah, what did you put? That one right there? A lot of my life? Yeah, so PlebPoet here said that she commented, or she pulled out the best quote that she thinks. A lot of my life has been devoted to money, and that's one of the worst things in the world to allow yourself to be consumed by. PlebPoet said, paying attention to the lessons you learn and appreciate your willingness to share them. Oh, what do I think about that quote? I think he's right. Yeah, I think he's right.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, that's one of the things I kind of probably, I could say a lot more on that, but I'll choose not to.
Money's
today.
like the least valuable thing you can have. That's the way I think about it. That's why we give money away to get
Yeah.
other things. It's like it's the least valuable thing.
Cool, man. Yeah, I saw him at the plebs giving. We talked for about, gosh, it must have been like an hour, and then one by one, people started coming in, and this was like just me and him by ourselves, and then, so yeah, I think a lot of what he wrote here is probably our conversation, I would imagine, but
Are you
yeah.
saying he stole your thoughts and put it to words here,
No,
Kyle?
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that me and Tony always have these conversations that go like really long. And the last time we had one of those was probably like in February or January. And then the next one was here last week. So it was a good conversation.
That's cool.
But yeah, I'm happy that he's happy. I mean, he looks great, dude. He's lost a lot of weight.
Oh yeah, it says in there
Yeah.
he's committed himself to getting
Inspired me
fit.
to get back to it too.
5 days a week at the
Yeah,
gym.
I think he's riding
lost
a
20 pounds.
He's riding a bike now too, an electric bike.
Oh,
I told him, I was like, you need to swap that for a motorcycle, but
well, either way, it's not really exercise, right?
it's
Or
still
we're
cool though. It's still cool. Tony's one of the
Oh, I
coolest
see.
guys. One of the
Yeah.
coolest guys I know. I remember when I
is
didn't
a
know
cool
him. I remember
person.
when I didn't know him, he would ignore me. When I was starting out, he would ignore me. And then I was like, I need to know who that guy is. He's cool. But
He is cool. He's like he looks like a
he looks like he just
guy.
got off the Coachella festival stage.
He does look like he's ready to party
Yeah.
at all
Yeah.
times.
But he's a great guy. I love that he's able to write eloquently like this too. Yes, we did. It was amazing.
It's a very good.
It was a good
biscuit.
Friendsgiving, man. It was good. Cool. That's all the top
That was
five.
that was a top one,
That was the top one.
wasn't it?
Dang. I think this week was a lot of reflections, right?
Yeah, we're thinking back on
Back.
what got us to 100K. Are we at 100K right now?
Now we're at 98.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. We're gonna jump into my favorite part of the week. We're gonna get to Keon's top stories. Keon, what are your top stories?
I thought this was interesting.
Apex Predator collateral.
Yeah, it's kind of sad we don't have more Bitcoin projects to talk about, but some of the biggest developments going on in Bitcoin are kind of like I call it like the Sailorification of Bitcoin, the like financialization of Bitcoin, where we have, serious finance people doing things with Bitcoin now. And in this case, this guy's company, what they're doing is they're giving people a loan. And then with that loan, the people do things that they normally do a loan with. But as part of the loan agreement, the person they give the loan to has to buy Bitcoin with it. And that Bitcoin that they buy they hold it in escrow and serves as collateral for the loan itself. And so it de-risks the loan. It de-risks for the creditor, for the person who is issuing the loan. It de-risks their loan because they have, Bitcoin as this better collateral than even, in this case, the building that the loan was going to pay for. So
Yep.
it's like if you went to go buy a house and the bank is like, sure, we'll give you the loan. Here's the money to buy the house, but you have to buy X amount of Bitcoin and you have to hold it with me in escrow until the loan is paid. And afterward, you get the Bitcoin if you pay off the loan in full. But until you do, that Bitcoin is not truly yours. It's kind of an interesting.
Yeah, you like that kind of stuff, right? The gamification of it all.
Oh yeah, the structure of that.
Yeah.
It seems I'd be curious it seems kind of arbitrary, like how much Bitcoin to how much credit. And I just don't like, I don't know. I don't want this guy to have more Bitcoin, like I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you got to pay Austin 1,000 sats to watch a video. Okay. Because some way he's got to get some Bitcoin and take it from this guy.
Cool. The top comment for this one was AKG said, I agree that we should start integrating more Bitcoin in all forms, eliminate fiat terms from our lives, but I also think that is a good way to combine both terms.
I don't know.
Yeah. Cool.
Darth Coin
commenting. Yeah. What's your next top story?
Oh yeah, that's right. Carr really didn't want to talk about this one. That's why I chose this one. It's one of the ones I want to talk about. But this one kind of prominently features Pleb Lab, early Pleb Lab, um, and Carr's in it a lot. He has quite a few scenes, and not to talk. Carr doesn't want to talk about it much, but Siggy's apparently Carr left a great impression on the audience, and Siggy calls Carr a hero. I think in this thread here, um, it doesn't wear a cape,
Nope.
but
Nope.
and I don't know. I thought it was fun because he like found it. I think independently. I don't know if it was recently released.
Yeah, I thought it went away. I was kind of hoping that it like it got shoved away and no one was going to talk about it.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't like I've said this for the longest time. A lot of what I did back then was for my city and it still is. And so how do you save something? You save something by being proactive and trying to save it. And that's what I'm about. It's just impact and having impact on the people around you and your city, potentially, hopefully.
If you want to
But
hear Carr talk more like
that's
this,
it.
yeah.
But that was so long ago, and I was going through a really bad divorce at the time. Plus, like things were bleak. Things were really dark back then at 21 because you had like COVID and all that stuff, and yeah,
Not really in Texas. Do you feel like COVID was on?
COVID was still going on in Texas around that time. No, vibes were high. By the time y'all came, vibes were completely high. But yeah, it was just different time back then. Plus, like Austin was kind of changing for the better. A lot of new people, so it was different. But I don't need to watch something I've lived. I never said this, but I think it took out a lot of things because I know you were in it for like a lot of stuff, and yeah, he did like a whole interview.
There was one scene.
No, it was like we spent like the whole morning interviewing you.
Yeah,
And,
but
like,
it was
none of
boring.
that made it. I know Nifty.
I was talking about like, oh, what product market fit? Oh,
Well, I know Nifty was also in it because we went and recorded like 2 hour thing with her thing, and like that wasn't in there, and I was just like, why am I? Why did I get chosen to be
there's
there?
a.
Like, other people could have been in there.
Because you guys are, the heads of Pleb Lab, and you guys
But,
speak like you're the heads of Pleb Lab, and you guys care a lot about the community.
but yeah, that's kind of
And
how I
you're-
feel about the whole thing. Yeah, I don't really care for it.
All right. Well, maybe watch it, Stackers. Don't tell Carr about it
No.
because that'll trigger him.
We're gonna get into my top stories. Javier Milei of Argentina. Did you watch all of this?
I'm still only halfway through, but it's
Yeah, me
really
too.
good.
It's so good, dude. He's really inspired by Rothbard.
Dude, he's read like every Austrian
Yeah,
on
I saw
Earth.
that you said he
He
was
knows-
well read. Yeah,
He knows the top tier Austrians, and then he knows like the mid tier ones. Like he's, like most of it. I've only read Mises and Rothbard, and I've spent a little bit of time with some of the others, but really only those two.
it makes
I
me
wouldn't
want to
be too
go
concerned.
read some of this stuff. A lot of this stuff, I've just got. I guess I've just been ingrained in it. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Just been living it, but it's fascinating the way he talks about these things. There's just interesting how a ton of leaders are. Do you think it's too far outside of the extreme for some of these leaders to be stepping up and
No.
talking in this vernacular, or do you think that's just where we are in the world?
Oh, I think that's where we are. I think, we're in hard times. So, yeah, it's a reaction to the times that we're living in. I don't think Melee would feel probably as moved to become president of Argentina if he didn't think it was like, needed a chainsaw taken to it. And so that's what he's doing. I just, I'm curious how well, if he's accurately portraying the impact of his policies, or if they're a little bit colored with, bias and wanting them to seem better than they are. I don't really know. But if, as I said in the comment here, if it's even half of what he's saying is true about the improvements that he's been able to make to Argentina, it's
Yeah.
really significant.
The only thing I didn't really, and I should probably watch the interview, but I think the only thing I'll shoot from the hip right now is I don't really agree with him on the where he says it right here. He goes,
Their
now
Nirvana fallacy.
no, I guess is that the one where he says like if it's you can only fix the things that that you're able to, not the things that you're not able to. Like to me, that's just loser talk. If I'm understanding what he's saying correctly, it's like he's saying like, oh, I can fix these things, but I can't. Like basically, what I'm alluding to is that he basically can't fix the money. Like he can't do the same things
That's
that
not what he said. He just said
it sounds like to me that's what it
he
sounds.
said he can only fix what he's able to fix, and he can't fix hypothetical like things that he can't fix. That's what he's saying, and that's what he's calling the Nirvana fallacy. So you are objecting to the Nirvana fallacy.
No, I think I'm objecting to the things that he's. And I wish I had that quote. Where was it at? But he basically talks about how like if there's when you come into a position like this, there's only certain things you can fix without actually ruining the furniture kind of thing. This is kind of the gist that I got from it. And to me, I just think that's just kind of dumb. Like, of course you can fix those things. You're just focusing on the things that you want to get done because you know you'll get those done. You'll get those across the goal line, but maybe these other things are probably a lot harder to get done, so he's not going to do those. That's how I picture.
You're interpreted as loser talk. I think you're kind of missing the greater context, which is like he wants to fix those things. He intends to do what he can to fix those things, but he's more aggressively fixing the things that are easy. He's like low hanging fruit first. You would go in there and axe the Fed immediately. Is that what you're saying? Car, you're elected president of Argentina.
No, I just I mean I haven't been to El Salvador, but when I look at that later, I'm thinking like, well, how did he fix all those?
You're going to rule Argentina from El Salvador? You don't think?
No, but I'm saying if he fixed, how did he fix all those things? Because I'm sure those things were just as difficult to fix, but he was able to do it. And then this guy's like, oh no, that's the line right there. I'll stay behind the line.
He's not even talking about staying behind the line. I feel like you're negging him super hard.
Well, I still Joe shooting from the hip right now. So
I know. I feel like
I'm gonna check it out. I'm still a fan. It's good for the pod.
This is he addresses this in the podcast that people have this criticism of him.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
it's not going far enough. It's just like he's like, I'm going to take it as far as I possibly can. That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah, but
I don't think you could fault someone for saying that.
No, but he's a position of power and he's leadership. You have to take criticism. That's just dumb not to take criticism.
Well, he's not saying he's not going to take criticism, but he's like he wants them to understand his position.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but you have to be willing to understand other people's positions if you work for them. And I think that's why we got in this mess in the first place, because people didn't criticize him. But
I love his also point of view on like socialism wins the culture war because
I think he's right on that. Yeah, if you don't do anything.
Yeah,
100%. I totally agree with that.
I thought that was really.
But the only thing I pushed back on was the whole like, oh, I'm gonna fix this stuff. But the only reason I say that is because I look to what El Salvador has been able to do, and he was able to do the hard stuff on top of the little stuff. So.
I feel like Javier is more upfront, and maybe that you're just you read into loser talk him being more honest than.
Yeah, I need to listen to it. Anyway, it's great. Snaggers, definitely check it out. And then the other one I want to bring up was Sailor. So look what he basically is talking about how he went from $30 billion in Bitcoin and 60 million or no, not that. He's talking about how he went from. Hang on, let me see. He's saying it's like $1.8 trillion asset class. And he thinks it's going to 18 trillion.
Oh no, his prediction is actually 18 trillion in market
18
cap.
trillion. Yeah.
Okay. That's his model though. And it's also, what's the year it ends? It ends like
21 years. Yeah.
21 years from now.
Isn't that incredible? Every time, dude, I just can't help but not keep looking at this. Like it's wild, right? Or no?
I don't know. I'm not. I mean, I'm kind of. I just don't. I don't think. I'm not so certain it gets there.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, not the way that Sailor views it. Where I think this is kind of Tony's gripe is that there's a lot of work that needs to be done on Bitcoin to get to that point. And people like Saylor are kind of like, nah, it's not necessary. It'll just happen. It's inevitable. Meanwhile, Tony and the Mutiny team are like throwing themselves under the weight of Bitcoin and getting rolled over for it so that they can make Michael Saylor's predictions come true. And I think there are a lot of Bitcoin needs to fork. We need to be able to fork it. Consensus. We need to reach consensus. It needs to change. A lot of work needs to be done.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I'm not going to say whether it can get there or not. Who knows? No one knows. But I do think those guys. I'm pointing at Saylor. I think those guys think that it's okay if it's if it's just paper Bitcoin. And the reason I say that is to bring this up. And Darth is the one that shared this, but this guy Sani from Time Chain Index said, "No one is ready for the biggest hack in history." And I would say to the snackers, game's on. Look at that. So Coinbase owns 2 million
over
Bitcoin.
10%.
Yeah, over 10%. And these are all the companies that are holding it with them. So I think they're right. I think there's that's inevitable. Somebody's gonna figure out the heist to do that.
I don't run an exchange that's holding this much money, but I would guess
79,000 Bitcoin.
I would guess that they have an insane like multi-sig of multi-sig setup for this kind of stuff. I mean, we're here at Unchained.
Yeah, Keon's over here.
Hello.
Keon's getting a package. Yeah, for the stackers at home, I think that's just a lot of Bitcoin to have sitting with Coinbase. That's just like, and I think that's the biggest. That's my only.
I got 2 of them.
That's literally my only gripe with Saylor is that Keon
is
the lack of him not actually holding, or maybe not him, but like,
well, maybe he is. Maybe he's lying about it. So OPSEC dude, he's like, go ahead, coin. No, I think he has to report it and is.
Yeah. Anyway, that's super scary. Any other thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think. Well, I heard him on like CNBC this morning. He's like, yeah, you could buy. He's like, sure. When he's talking about people buying, the host asked about buying real Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And he assumes that the host means buying ETFs. So for him, there's the ETF, and then there's leverage Bitcoin, which is his MicroStrategy stock, MicroStrategy equity. And then also, other kind of financial instruments that MicroStrategy sheds off, like bonds and stuff.
Yeah.
And so he's lost. He's lost the plot a little bit.
It's crazy. Anyways, then we're going to jump into Meta. What we got, Meta?
Meta, yeah. So we did a release here. We now will proxy your Stacker News Lightning address to an attached wallet for you. This is just kind of a little increment toward our wallet switch. But
hey, Ted, can you get Jimmy? Thanks, dude. Sorry.
Jimmy who?
Bitcoiner Jimmy.
Jimmy the Bitcoiner Jimmy?
Oh, new Jimmy. He's new this cycle.
Oh. Anyway, yeah, we proxy your Lightning address so that we protect your attached wallet and you can receive directly through it, but without revealing your pub key. And then we improved your ability to see what's like the status of your wallet. So they have an indicator now on them, and they have logos that looks a little better. And then a lot of bug fixes, but that is the totality of what we did.
Is EK doing most of the attached wallet stuff, or is it kind of both of y'all like? Or is it mostly?
Oh, it's
is he in the? Oh, I think he's downstairs in the. Yeah. Thanks, Ted.
It is all of us. We're all working. So
yeah,
we have RBLB is also helping us with wallets right now, and but EK has definitely done, I think, the lion's share of the work. He definitely started working on the wallets.
He had a top story, or he had a story this week, didn't he? Did you read it, Jana? He had one called Internet Feelings. I just wanted, when I read this the other night, I was like, man, I feel bad for him.
Why?
Because he was saying that he got like apparently he got lost in Nashville or something. Anyways,
Where'd he get lost?
he just gets lost.
Yeah. He's a thoughtful person. Gets
Yeah.
lost in thought.
Anyways, AK, we miss you. Come back to the lab. Cool. I think that's it. We're gonna jump into the least popular segment, which is the top stackers of the week.
Oh, top stackers.
Yeah. Don't change hats yet, Keon.
All right.
We got everybody's in
We got
hiding
the
because
same
it's a
hat.
bull run. Yeah. Did you move up a spot? It looks like you moved up a spot.
I might have. I don't know. We never really know.
We never really know.
No one knows.
No one knows.
It's the way that it is now.
Maybe one day we'll see Sailor on the top stackers.
I don't think.
Should MicroStrategy pay for number one, or like should you have a promo here at the top that says MicroStrategy, the top stacker of the week? Because he is
he's definitely stacked the most.
he's definitely stacked the most. What do you think?
No.
Can he get an honorary? Can we give him an honorary one or? Yes.
No.
No. Okay. No.
No.
All right. Well, tried, Michael.
Never.
Tried. Who?
I
Was it?
I would guess, yeah. If you go,
Arsync.
yeah, I would say he probably
Yeah.
does.
He should start his own territory. I've
He
been
almost
saying
has
it.
as many
Look at
items.
that. He has
as I
2
do.
million stats stacked. He needs to start his own territory.
3 million. Wow.
Yeah. We've never been Rsync, but he's prolific on Stacker News. Cool. We're gonna jump into the most popular segment in Bitcoin, the Cowboy segment. Yeehaw! The segment has its own hat. Beat that, BTC Sessions. Beat that.
Does Sessions not have a hat?
No, he comes on at the same time when we do our live show. That's why I always call him out.
Oh, okay.
Beat that, BTC Sessions.
He wouldn't be. We can have him and I can have a dance battle. I mean, he'll win.
Whoa.
but
Yeah, he probably would win.
He's a dance. I mean,
Maybe you should
definitely
send
win.
him a hat.
But it'd be funny.
You should send him one hat. You should send Ben a hat, and then that way he wears the hat at the same time you put on the hat. So that way you're both live streaming and people just see 2 yellow hats on their Twitter feed.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, let's do that. That of the 2 things that you suggested during this segment, that's the better one.
There you go.
So I'll pick the lesser evil.
We're gonna jump into the Cowboy segment. The Cowboy segment is the most popular thing in Bitcoin. It's where you, the stackers, get to. How do they get a cowboy hat again?
Nice try, Car. But it's we don't tell people how to get a cowboy hat. It's an Easter egg.
I remember when we did the ABDC crit. Is it called a crit?
It's called a crit, design
Yeah.
crit.
Keon was getting all this like, oh, how do you do this? How do you do this? And Keon's like, that's a secret. That's a secret. That's a secret.
Special sauce, guys. You don't ask Ronald McDonald.
He told me to go read the code.
Really? What a jerk. This guy. She writes poetry, not code. Coob.
Maybe they're the same thing. If she
No,
never looks, she'll never
code.
figure it out.
Cool. So what do we got? Top Cowboys.
Top Cowboys. I mean, of the revealed people, it's me.
Ooh.
I am the top
Doxed.
cowboy.
Docs Cowboy.
Bitcoin is the future. Undisciplined. 117. Blockchain book.
Blockchain Book.
Blockchain book.
Dude, look, Blockchain Book has a shooter.
Oh,
He has a horse and he has a cowboy hat.
he's got the full kit.
He's got the full kit. Who else? Hang on. Let's get. Yeah. Undisciplined.
Even I don't have the full kit.
Undisciplined has the shooter, the horse, and the hat.
I don't. What a car are we on the week?
They're
You had
it's
19
top stackers. It's just, I mean,
Oh,
Cowboys.
yeah, that's all time. All
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
I know my job, Jana. 35 days to look for the shooter. It's 5 days for the horse. 366 days Gray Ruby. Dude, these guys with the trifecta.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Hat trick,
amazing.
dude.
Look, Rsync only has the horse and the
Literally.
hat. Wow, stackers. There's only 3 people on Stacker News. with
I think there's a
3.
few others, and
Not
some of
with
them
3,
might
though.
some of them might be hiding. Well,
Oh,
just
really?
as far as we can see, there might be people lower down in there.
No,
See, we have
no.
EK with the gun.
Does he? No,
Yeah.
but not all 3 though.
Well,
Let's see.
we need to have rankings for these, but
I don't think there's a. Yep, everybody's just cowboy. Am I in the top 100? No, I'm not. Yeah, I've been busy this week.
you might have been on there. You might have missed yourself.
Yeah, I've just been super crazy busy. Okay, cool. Well, I think Undisciplined's the real winner of Blockchain Boog and Great Ruby. They got the
Why are you
triple
leaving me
crown.
out?
They got the triple crown.
Oh, okay, I see. That's
I think actually we might have a problem here. You might have to start moving these up. And you actually should be at the bottom now. The order should be Undisciplined, Blockchain Boog, and
it's a
Great
little
Ruby.
convenient car.
Well, no, I think Undisciplined, Blockchain Boog, Great Ruby should be number 1, 2, and 3, and then it starts the Cowboys. Do you know what I mean? Because they have all three.
Well, I think we're gonna have different rankings. Like we're gonna have the cowboy hat ranking.
Look, Undisciplined's been 32 days for the shooter, 18 days for the horse, and then 423.
Check out my gun. How long have I had my gun?
Yeah, but you
Look at that.
But you don't have
Look
you
at
don't
that.
have the horse though.
You know, what if I have someone else drive me around? What if I have a wagon?
Yeah, I think you're standing on
Yeah.
soft sand there, buddy. But
I
I don't think
multiple horses. I have a stable.
Look,
Okay?
even Gray Ruby probably should be high. Oh no, I guess Cowboy. Yeah, you need to figure this out. There's a problem here. Maybe
All right. Well, I'll maybe take a complaint from someone who's actually on the list and maybe see what they think.
Yeah, I usually jump in, but I just it's been a busy week. Next week I'll be on the top 10. No, I have. I've been on this list. When we were playing Million Sat Madness, I was cowboying up.
I mean, we're still playing Million Sat Madness every month. It's just spread out across 30 days. We're playing 3 million Sat Madness every.
Cool. That's all we got. Gian, what are you let me pull up the thing. What are you doing this week? Or doing this weekend?
This weekend's I don't know. My wife wanted to go to a Renaissance fair.
Oh, that should be
Texas Renaissance Fair, I think. But it's very far away. It's like 6 hours round trip. Yeah.
6 hours
Probably-
round trip.
Probably not going to happen. Yeah. But it's supposed to be like the best Renaissance fair in the world.
Where is it at? Is it in Arkansas or something?
I did. Yeah.
Where is it?
It's in Houston. It's like north of Houston, I think.
That's not 6 hours, is it?
It's 3-hour drive to Houston.
Oh, yeah. That's where you just
It's a long Texas
you
drive.
get you turned it into like a whole thing and get multiple drivers. So you solve that.
Oh,
Yeah, you could rent a Cybertruck.
self-drive
Seems
it.
to be a thing this week.
How about you? What are you doing?
Just work, I think. Yeah, we're going to Mexico next week. So stackers listening at home, we'll be. I'll try to get Super on the pod, but we're gonna be doing a hackathon out there with the Guadalajara crew at the Hacker Garage. If you're in the area, definitely come check it out. And then, but yeah, we'll be checking out all the hackers over there, and I'll probably live stream it from over there, Stacker D's. So it'll be fun. See if
Cool.
we can get Super on, and he can talk some funny stuff too.
Oh, I'd love to see what's going on with Super. Curious.
He's throwing his own hackathon finally. It's kind of cool.
What do you think? Is his hackathon different than a normal hackathon? Does he have any special
I'm trying to think.
requests for it or anything?
No, I think they're more core. They're trying to focus more on core lightning stuff, as far as I know. I could be
Okay.
butchering this, and
Well,
really-
because
they're really
Chris
trying to-
Guida is his co.
yeah, they're trying to grow more core lightning stuff, and then he's trying to grow that community over there. Like they're trying to make it like as prolific as Austin, which yeah,
Which would be great.
we gotta water the grass.
need a
if you want it to
Spanish
grow.
speaking Austin.
Yeah,
That
trying
would be
to
pretty
see
dope.
if it comes up. It's not coming up. We had some good zaps.
I know, but they all
Some
speak
good
in
zaps.
English because we're all Anglos.
There you go. It's not coming up. I'm sorry, Boog. But I know Boog had a comment, and there's a couple other comments, but Fountain's doing some stuff. Cool.
Well,
Yeah.
that's cool.
What's
That's
this?
a great
Lord
thing that
Vader. What
happened.
is this? A Star Wars story?
Yeah, it's like a
Shut up. They made this?
no, it's a fan. It's like a fan trailer. I didn't realize it.
Dude, don't give me
Either.
hope for this. I thought this was going to come on Disney. I was like, whoa, that would have been epic.
It's also 2026, so we'll like all be
What do you think? Have you seen the Gladiator trailer? What do you think about that?
the new Gladiator. They
Yeah.
keep doing this. They did God, what's that? They're on Amazon Prime, they just released. There's Dune Prophecy, but there was a movie.
Silo.
It's like that movie where like the step brother and sister are like sort of like teasing each other through the whole thing, and they're like rich.
Teasing each other.
No, it's like it's that same generation of movie.
Where they're
Oh,
teasing each other. What are they doing? What's the plot?
they're like bad rich people, but they're like socially cool.
Oh, Cruel Intentions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heck yes. So they made a show.
No, it's because I knew Keon would know from like, we're roughly around the same age. So yeah,
I mean, except I'm
younger.
young enough to be your son
No, maybe with the hat
and
on.
your father.
Yeah, what were you bringing up that for?
Revenant, or what would you say? Not Revenant.
What?
You said Tenet.
Yeah, reverse. What were you saying though? What
They made a series out
Shut
of
up,
Cruel
they did?
Intentions. Yeah.
Is Ryan Phillippe in it?
No, of course not.
Is Sarah Michelle
He's
Gellar
like
in it?
Biden's age. Sarah must no. Also, she's like Jill.
She was
Biden's
in I Know
age.
What You Did last summer. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Dude,
She was
that
the
movie's still
original.
good. That movie's still good. I'm surprised they haven't remade that. I Know What You Did last summer.
Oh,
Like they remade the Screams, but they didn't remake
yeah.
that series with Jennifer Love Hewitt.
But they shouldn't have. But they're just remaking stuff. I hate it.
Well, the Scream stuff they remade is actually pretty good.
But those weren't remakes. Those weren't those like sequels.
I guess it was
They were just like
prequels.
continuing on the idea.
Yeah.
There is one show I will recommend to stackers. It's called Landman. It's on Paramount, starring Billy Bob Thornton. It takes place in Texas. It's about he's a Texas oil man.
I'm tired of those shows. It's on Paramount.
It's by the creator of Yellowstone.
Yeah.
It's like
So
super.
Kevin Costner.
It's super based.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's fun. I like it a lot. If you like Yellowstone, you'll love
Yeah.
it. It's like, it's like masculine fiction.
But it's all current. Is it current day or is it like?
Yes, current day.
Yeah.
Current day Texas. He's leasing land to extract oil from the ground from cartels and shit like that. Like some like, fictionalized, dramatized
Oh man, that's
Texas
funny
stuff. You might not like it. I don't know.
No, it's fiction. What was it? I watched Silo last week, dude. It was good.
Season 2 is not shaping up very good.
What's the first episode, dude?
Yeah, but the second one came out. I watched it.
Oh, you saw the second one already?
Yeah, the acting
thought
is
it was
slipping, and so is the writing. Sadly.
But you read the books though, right?
Yes.
That's probably why.
No, but the first season I thought was great.
the first season was amazing.
It was, but
I
this
thought
next one, no.
You don't like it?
No, I think the writing is slipping and the acting is slipping.
Gosh. Anyways, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm
Looking forward
sure.
to that.
I'm sure
That
you'll like
and,
it as much as I like
what was
Matrix 4.
Yeah, what was the other? What was the other one? There was one other one I wanted to bring up. Oh, that's it, dude. Have you ever seen this? How I Survived. Have you ever seen that? It's like on YouTube. They have like these old episodes. Have you ever seen that show?
No, is it like near-death experiences?
Yes, dude.
Ew.
So apparently, like, there's this show that's called How I Survived, and it's like all these near-death experiences. There was one I was watching where these guys were trying to wakeboard across the what do you call that little U in Mexico? It's like it's called the Drainage Sea or something. I feel like Ted would know what that's called.
Gulf?
No, but it's like they were trying to wakeboard across that little section in Texas. And it was like anyway, they got stuck on a desert island.
Wait, weren't you telling a story last podcast where you used to hang out on an island with some?
Yeah, but it wasn't a desert island.
Oh, I see.
No, anyway, so I saw, dude, that show is really, really good. It really makes you like think about things. Like,
Think about dying.
well,
I
no,
don't
it's
wanna
like think about
that.
near-death experiences, and you're just like, whoa, how could you live through that? But they lived through it.
Who's
Anyway.
was written a quite detailed post about near-death experiences. Darth Coin.
Oh yeah, his was another one. I love near-death experiences. Apparently,
Maybe he's on an episode of that show.
yeah.
You'll know by the big black mask.
Cool. That's all I got, snackers. We're gonna do Hack and Tell next, and yeah, Keon.
Wait, Hack and Tell is tonight?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
What did you hack?
I was just gonna do some updates. I usually try to do updates at these things. I can't see the comments. Anyway, cool. Keon.
Oh, Zap.